I'm RC Robbin. Thank you for joining me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. So this is a created franchise on MLB The Show 20 for PlayStation 4. My goal is to play 162 games, no skipped innings, no simulated games, every single one of them on YouTube. This is game number 48. It's the middle of May. As you can see from the league standings, the Avengers have been placed in the National League West division. They are one game behind the first place Dodgers. Avengers are 31-16. They're 2 games back in the loss column. Let's jump into the schedule, play the next game on the schedule. So after a day off, they play at the Miami Marlins for a 3-game set. Here comes first game, Tom Hiddleston on the mound. Play game. All preceding games will be simulated. Do you want to continue? Okay. Play full game. We are the away team. Again at Marlins Park to play the Miami Marlins. Looks good. Tom Hiddleston is Loki in the Marvel Universe. He's the starting pitcher. Everybody looks good. Let's rock and roll. So apparently Howie Kendrick of the Marlins has a 19-game hitting streak. Don't care. These are the starting lineups. I hit, I pitch, I field. I do not run the bases. I let the computer run the bases for me. I play on the difficulty setting for hitting and pitching at All-Star. So here we go. It's another matchup of Major League Baseball as the Hollywood Avengers visit the Miami Marlins at Marlin Park. On the mound for the Marlins is Julio Urias, making his 10th start of the season. He's 3-3 with a 5.93 ERA. Leading off for the Avengers is Tom Holland, 356, 7 homers, 32 runs batted in. He plays Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe. And he yanks the fastball foul down the left field line for strike 1. Tom's in the top 10 in batting average in the National League with a 356 average. Pitch is outside. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. The Marlins are 11 games under 500, good for last place in the National League East. 1 ball, 1 strike on Holland. Checks the swing, slider is low, count is 2-1. 82 degrees with the roof open here in Miami. Partly cloudy, beautiful day for baseball. A little on the humid side. Count is 2 balls and 1 strikes on Spidey. Hard ground ball, backhanded by the shortstop. Throw across the diamond in time, 1 away. The starting lineup for the Avengers: Tom Holland's at second. Don Cheadle is the center fielder. Chadwick Boseman's at third. Chris Evans is the catcher. Robert Downey Jr. is at first. The DH is Mark Ruffalo. Dave Bautista is in right. Idris Elba's in left. And batting ninth, playing shortstop, is Anthony Mackie. Don Cheadle, 331, 6 homers, 27 runs batted in. War Machine plays center field for the Avengers. Fouls off the first pitch for strike 1. Here comes a pitch from Urias.
Nope.
High and tight. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Don Cheadle is 11 for his last 27. That's a 407 clip. So he's hot. Switch hitter batting from the right side against the lefty. Pitch is high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Low, 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count for War Machine. Chadwick Boseman is on deck. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 away here in the top of the first. And that's a deep drive. It's got a chance to the track. He makes the catch for out number 2. Just died out there on the warning track. A little in on his hands. So with 2 down and the bases empty, up steps the late great Chadwick Boseman, hitting 380 on the season. 8 homers, 23 runs batted in. He plays Black Panther, played Black Panther in the Marvel Universe. First pitch outside for ball 1. Count is 1 ball and no strike on Chadwick. And he lines it foul, first base line. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike. Out in front of the changeup, count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on T'Challa. 2 away, bases empty, top of the first, no score here in Miami. Slider inside, count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here comes the pitch from Urias. Full count, 3-2. On deck is Steve Rogers, the captain. And that's a grounder up the middle and through. It is a 2-out single for T'Challa, and the inning will continue. Ground ball with eyes right up the middle. No chance for the second baseman. So next up is Chris Evans, switch hitter. It's been super cold in his last handful of games. Overall, he's hitting .294, 4 homers, 18 RBIs. Hitting from, again, another switch hitter in this lineup, versatile lineup. Hitting from the right side. Ground ball to the second baseman. Easy play over to first. The side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of half inning of play here in Miami Marlins Park. It's the Hollywood Avengers nothing, the Miami Marlins coming to bat. On the mound for the Avengers is Loki, played by Tom Hiddleston. He is 6-3 with a 4.06 earned run average on the season. And leading off for the Marlins, Trey Turner, 226, 3 homers, 14 runs batted in. First pitch of the game from Hiddleston. Hard ground ball. No, check that. It's on the line to Chadwick. Starting lineup. Trey Turner's at short. Howie Kendrick is at second. Bryce Harper is the right fielder. Max Muncy's at first. Yadier Molina is the catcher. Nicholas Castellanos is your DH. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is at third. Mike Yastrzemski is in left. And batting ninth is Oscar Mercado playing center field. So Howie Kendrick, 313, 6 homers, 19 runs batted in. He brings a 19-game hitting streak into this contest. And it's a line drive slicing out of play for strike 1. So 1 away, bases empty here in the bottom of the first, no score in this first game of a 3-game series between these two ball clubs. Outside corner, strike 2. Avengers are 31-16. It's good for second place. When the game started, they were 1 game behind the Los Angeles Dodgers in the NL West. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. The count is no balls and 2 strikes on Kendrick. Slider outside, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Grounder deep in the hole at short, backhanded, long throw in time from Sam Wilson. Nice play, cut the check. Anthony Mackie. I thought he maybe took too many steps into the hole, planted and threw a strike just in time for the second out. Next up is Bryce Harper, 323, 14 homers, 38 runs batted in. Left-handed outfielder. Pulls it foul up the first base line for strike 1. Inside off the plate, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. That is Robert Downey Jr. at first and Idris Elba in left field. Bryce Harper fouls it behind home plate. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on the Miami outfielder. Loki deals. Strike 3 called outside corner. Struck him out looking and the side is retired. So, after 1 inning of play here in Miami Marlins ballpark, there's no score. Top of the second, up steps Tony Stark, 276, 4 homers, 24 runs batted in. Robert Downey Jr., first baseman here for the Avengers. And that's a hard ground ball. Base hit through the box. It's a leadoff single for Tony Stark. And the Avengers have a base runner to lead off here in the top of the second. Here's the replay.
Number 84.
Big leg kick. Right back through the box. Next up is the DH, Mark Ruffalo, 324, a team high 10 homers, 39 runs batted in. First pitch is high for ball one. Runner leads off first. No ball. Check to swing. Pitch was low. Count is 2 balls and no strikes on the Hulk. Late on the fastball. Counts 2 balls and 1 strike. And he yanks it foul, pulls it into the seats. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Ruffalo. Robert Downey Jr. leads off first. Here comes the pitch. Low, full count, 3-2. On deck is Drax the Destroyer, Dave Bautista. Will the runner be in motion? Probably not. Downey Jr. does not have a lot of speed, so probably stay put. And the pitch is low. Ball 4, so there'll be runners with first and second with nobody out here in the top of the second inning.
The right fielder.
Up steps the right fielder, Dave Bautista. He is hitting 9 for his last 25. Overall, he's at 300. 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. Dave plays Drax the Destroyer in the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise. And he yanks the changeup foul down the left field line. Strike 1. Runners lead off first and second, and nobody out. And that's a line drive. It is a base hit. Runner will round third and head on home. It is, oh wait, he may be out at second. He's not. It's an RBI single for Mark Ruffalo. And the MCU now leads 1-0. Here's the replay. Line drive to center field, right center field. Check that. I said it was Mark Ruffalo. It's Dave Bautista, pardon me. Next up is Idris Elba. 284, 2 homers, 20 RBIs. Pitches inside, off the plate, ball 1. Idris was Hemadal in the Thor franchise. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Mark Ruffalo leads off second. Dave Bautista leads off first. Idris Elba at the plate, 2-0 count. 1-0 lead for the MCU.
Ball 3.
And the count goes 3 balls and no strikes. Will he have the green light on 3-0? No, he will not, because I do not swing on 3-0. I'd rather take a pitch. I hate to pop up on a bad pitch on 3-0. So, high strike, but a strike nonetheless. Hitters count 3 balls or 1 strike. The handcuffs are now off. Let's see what happens. And he chases a pitch out of the zone. The count will go full. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Idris. Here comes the payoff pitch. And that's a line drive base hit. But the runner will have to hold at third. It will be bases loaded with nobody out. Not enough speed from Mark Ruffalo. He can only get from second to third on the hard line drive to right. So bases loaded, and next up will be Anthony Mackie. 304, 4 homers, 27 runs batted in. Switch hitter batting from the right side. Anthony Mackie plays Sam Wilson in the Marvel Universe. Pitches in there, high strike, called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. If you haven't seen the Disney Plus television show yet, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I won't spoil it for you. I'll just call him Sam Wilson. Pitch is low, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he's late on the fastball, hits it into the camera well. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mackie. Curveball high and inside. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, bases loaded. Nobody out here in the top of the second. 1 run across. And he fouls off the fastball. And the count will remain 2-2. That's a deep drive, but it will be caught, and tagging is Ruffalo at third and heading home. It will be an RBI sacrifice fly for Anthony Mackie, and the score is now 2-0. That's the first out of the inning here in the top of the second. So the lineup will turn over for the Avengers, and up will step Tom Holland for a second plate appearance. Runners at first and third and only 1 out. Holland's 0 for 1. That's a ground ball base hit. It'll be an RBI single for Spider-Man, and the score is now 3-0 MCU. And the pitching coach for the Miami Marlins will trot out there and have a little conversation with Urias. If this league gets any bigger, they're not going to be able to, they have to pack it in. They can start thinking about tomorrow. Next up is War Machine, Don Cheadle. Flew out in the first, he's 0 for 1. Runners at first and second and 1 away. Pitches high and outside, ball 1. Slider outside, 2 balls and no strikes on Cheadle. Runners lead off first and second. 1 out. And that's a deep drive towards the left center field gap, and that will make it all the way to the wall. 1 hop. The runners are bunched up on the base paths. Oh no, there's going to be a problem. Nope. It's an RBI double. Oh no, I'm sorry. There's an RBI double, but confusion on the base paths. As he tries for third, he gets called out. Runner at third, 2 away, 4-0 lead for MCU. Pitches outside, ball 1. It's a 4-0 lead. It was an RBI. Runner now at third with 2 away. Hit will be necessary to drive him in. Chadwick Boseman is 1 for 1. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes on the late great Chadwick. He's a little late on the fastball, fouls it down the right field line. Check that, yes, right field line. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on T'Challa. Hard grounder to the shortstop, easy play, in time, and the side is retired. But the MCU scores 4 times. And after an inning and a half of baseball here at Marlins Park, it's the Hollywood Avengers 4 and the Miami Marlins nothing. So we go to the bottom of the second inning. Max Muncy, the first baseman. At home, he's hitting only .221. Overall, he's hitting .284. 5 homers, 29 runs batted in. Loki sets and delivers. And that's a deep drive. That ball is gone. It's a solo home run for Max Muncy, his 6th of the season. And after 1 pitch here in the bottom of the second, it's now 4-1 Avengers. Here's the replay. Down and in. He just cooked it. Pow. Off the facing of the upper deck here at Marlins Ballpark. Next up is the catcher, Yadier Molina, who's hitting .310, 5 homers, 27 runs batted in. Here comes the pitch from Hiddleston. Slider in there, strike 1. He's 9 for his last 20. That's a .450 clip, so he's hot in his last handful of games. Looked low, but called a strike at the knees by the home plate umpire. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Strike three called outside corner. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, Yadier Molina. That's strikeout number 2 for Loki. Too close to take with 2 strikes. Next up is Nicholas Castellanos, 285, 10 homers, 28 runs batted in. Comes the pitch. Fastball in there, strike 197 on the radar gun. Fouls off the changeup. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. A lazy pop up to right center field. There is Bautista. Drax makes the catch for out number 2. Next up is the third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., hitting 246, 3 homers, 19 runs batted in on the season. Son of the great Vladimir Guerrero. Pitch is low and outside, ball 1. Misses inside with the changeup. 2 balls and no strikes on Junior. Misses inside. 3 balls, no strikes. Will he have the green light? Let's see. He does. He pops it up. Swings at a 3-0 pitch. Pops it up. First baseman is there. Tony Stark makes the catch to retire the side, but Max Muncy puts them on the board with this, a solo shot. And at the end of 2 innings of play, the Avengers lead 4-1. Leading off the top of the third is Chris Evans. He grounded out in the first. He's the catcher, 0 for 1. Pitch is high, ball 1. Ground ball back through the box. It is a base hit to lead off the third for Steve Rogers. He can do this all day. Next up is Robert Downey Jr., who has a hit in his first at-bat. Runner at first, nobody out. Changeup finds the outside corner for strike 1. Robert has a single, scored a run, his first at-bat. Inside with the fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Quick throw to first. Evans is back. So the Avengers, it's the middle of May. The Avengers are 31-16. They're 1 game behind the Dodgers in the NL West. Jams him inside. Long run for the outfielder. He will not make the catch. Drops into foul territory. The count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Robert Downey Jr. Just gets a piece and fouls it up the third base line. Chris Evans leads off first. Here comes the pitch from Urias. Strike 3 called, outside corner, struck him out swinging. Oh, did he? I think he might have checked his swing. He might have been struck out looking. Let's see.
Number 84.
Yeah, he might have went too far. In any event, there's 1 away. Up next is Mark Ruffalo, who no official at bat. He walked in the 2nd inning. This time he flies to center, right in front of the warning track. Mercado makes the catch for out number 2. It's a 3-run lead for the MCU here in the top of the third. Up steps Dave Bautista, who had an RBI single in his first at-bat. 2 outs, runner at first. And he's late on the fastball, fouls it off. Strike 1. That's a hard ground ball up the middle and through. It is a 2-out single for Bautista. Drax the Destroyer keeps the inning going. 2 outs, 2 runners on now. Next up is Idris Elba. Single, scored a run in his first at-bat. 2 runners on and 2 away. Here comes the pitch. Hard ground ball, base hit through the right side, and it will go station to station as it's now bases loaded again, but this time with 2 away here in the third. It's bases loaded and nobody out in the top of the second. Now it's bases loaded and 2 away here in the top of the third. Next up is Sam Wilson, who had a sac fly in his first at-bat. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, strike 1. Anthony Mackie has the bases loaded twice now. It's the second time in 2 innings. Checks the swing, pitches outside, count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Mackie. Change up outside, 2-1. Off the plate inside, hitters count 3 balls and 1 strike. Bases are loaded. And that's a deep drive headed towards the right center field gap. It'll be in there. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. The 3rd run will round third. He will score. It's a 3-run triple for Sam Wilson. And the MCU now leads 7-1 here in the top of the third. That's his 4th triple of the season. And Sam Wilson can fly. A little cheesy? Yeah, a little bit. He can fly. Sam Wilson can fly. Whatever. Come on. I can't tell you what his real name is, but look at him fly around second base. He's in there for at third. So, manager of the Miami Marlins has seen enough. That will be all for Arias. Calls to the bullpen. In relief is Reynaldo Lopez, making his 5th appearance. He has no record. ERA is 4.5 in 10 innings of work. Up next is Tom Holland, who has an RBI single in 2 at-bats. Runner at third, 2 away. Out in front of the changeup. Check that. It was a curveball. Count is 0-1 on Spider-Man. That's a deep drive with a 2-out double. He will score that run. It's an RBI double for Tom Holland. He's 2 for 2. Check that, 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And the MCU now leads 8-1. I think I need to show you the difficulty setting just so that for accountability's sake. I play this game on All-Star setting. Here, options, gameplay. The hitting difficulty is at All-Star. Pitching difficulty is at All-Star. So, just for... Up next is James Rhodes. He has an RBI double. Swing and a miss, the fastball, strike 1. RBI double in 2 at-bats. Don Cheadle has a runner at second. It's an 8-1 lead for the MCU here in the third. And that's a line drive. Oh! 1 hop to the shortstop, throws to first in the dirt. Scooped nicely by Max Muncy to retire the side. But they score another 4 runs. And after 2.5 innings of play, it's 8-1 Avengers. Oh, yeah. Hope I score 20 runs. Let's do this. So next up, here in the bottom of the third, it's Mikey Yastrzemski, hitting .328 on the season. He's a left-handed hitter. Tom Hiddleston deals. And he yanks it high and deep down the right field line. At the track, the wall, jumping, he misses it. It's a home run, a solo shot for Mike Yastrzemski, his 5th homer of the season. And it is now 8-2 Avengers. Here's a replay. Just yanked it down that right field line. High drive, not all that deep, but just over the fence for the solo shot. Next up is Oscar Mercado, 273, 3 homers, 15 runs batted in. Still nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Hard ground ball to the shortstop. Mackie cuts the check, and there's one away. Standings in the National League West, as you can see. Oh, look at this. The Hollywood Avengers and the Los Angeles Dodgers at this moment are tied for first at 31 and 16. So if the Avengers win this game, they'll actually be in first place by half a game. So next up is Trey Turner. He led off the game with a line out. It's 0 for 1. One away here in the third. Fastball outside, ball 1. Breaking ball in there. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Chases a low changeup, fouls it off. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Trey. Jams him, fouls it back. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. So it's a 6-run lead for the Avengers here in the bottom of the third. Deep drive to right center field. Long run for Cheadle. War Machine makes the catch for out number 2.
Now back, second baseman.
Winners in the National League. Chris Hemsworth, obviously Thor, Loki's teammate and brother on the screen, leads the league with 9. Hiddleston's at the bottom of this list in the top 10 with 6 wins. If things go the way they are, he'll get win number 7. Next up is Howie Kendrick riding a 19-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 1. Can Loki spoil it? Fastball in there, strike 1. Misses outside with the slider. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Out in front of the changeup, 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
And that's a line drive base hit for Howie Kendrick. And he is now hit in 20 straight games. It's an impressive number. Surprised they aren't showing it. Oh, there it is. 20 games. So runner at first and 2 away. Here's hit number 20, not hit number 20, but game number 20. Next up is Bryce Harper, struck out in the first. Outside corner, strike 1. And that's a drive the other way, deep but playable for Idris. Front of the warning track, he retires the side. So Mike Yastrzemski puts another run on the board for the Marlins, a solo shot. At the end of 3 innings of play, however, the Avengers lead 8-2. So top of the 4th, up steps Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, 1 for 2 with a single. He leads off. Reynaldo Lopez is still out there. Pitches high, ball 1.
Count 1 and 0.
In there, strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Chadwick. Breaking ball low, 2 and 1. Chase the inside fastball, count evens, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Unless you're living under a rock, you are aware that Chadwick Boseman passed away last year of colon cancer. Jams him inside, flare out to right field, running catch for Bryce Harper makes, and there is 1 away here in the 4th. The line for Julio, 2 2/3 innings, 10 hits, 8 earned runs. Ugh. Next up is Chris Evans, 1 for 2 with a single. Now he's batting from the left side against the righty Lopez. Backs him off the plate, ball 1. Chris is a catcher. That's a hard line drive to center, but Mercado is there. for the second out. Barely had to move. Hit it right on the nose, but right at the center fielder. Next up is Robert Downey Jr., 1 for 2 with a single. Scored a run. Backed him off the plate, ball 1. Just gets a piece of the fastball. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Tony Stark. Low, 2-1. Low, 3 balls, 1 strike. Hitters count on Iron Man. Here comes the pitch. Was it a swing? No, it was not. So it's ball 4. It's a 2-out walk for Downey Jr. And the inning will continue. And up steps the Incredible Hulk, Mark Ruffalo. Here's the replay. And his wrists did not break. So Mark Ruffalo, 0 for 1. Pitches low, ball 1. Mark has 10 doubles, 10 homers. DH, sometimes catcher. Way out in front of the curveball, swing and a miss. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Hulk. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at first, top of the 4th, 8-2 lead for the Avengers here in this game 1 of a 3-game set. Ground ball again up the middle. It seems like it's a theme. And there'll be 2 runners on with 2 out here in the 4th. A lot of balls hit right back through the box today. So next up is Drax the Destroyer. Drax has 2 singles and RBI. He scored twice. He's 2 for 2. Pitches high from Lopez, ball 1. Inside off the plate, 2 balls and no strikes to Bautista. Right at the knees, count is 2-1. Drax the Destroyer. A little late on the fastball, count will even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Top of the 4th, 8-2 lead for the Avengers. Here comes the pitch from Lopez. And it is a 2-bouncer to the second baseman. Howie Kendrick throws it in the dirt, but scooped nicely. Muncy saves Kendrick an error, and we go to the bottom of the 4th. It's the Avengers leading by 6, 8-2. So, bottom of the 4th, Max Muncy saw 1 pitch and promptly deposited it into the right field bleachers. Solo homer in the 2nd. Just gets a piece of the fastball, strike 1. Chases a slider inside, ties him up. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Muncy. Chases a 2-seam fastball, fouls it off. Pops it up, right side. In foul territory is Tony Stark, and there is 1 away. Next up, Yadier Molina, who struck out in the 2nd inning. He's 0 for 1. 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. At the knees, strike 1. 8-2 lead for the Avengers here in the bottom of the 4th. Grounder backhanded by Black Panther. Long throw in time, 2 away. Nice play by Chadwick Boseman.
The batter, number 2.
Knew he had plenty of time. Yadier doesn't have good speed on the bases. So 2 outs, and up steps Nicholas Castellanos. 0 for 1 with a flyout in the second inning.
Nope. That's
Just
ball.
misses the corner. Ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Line drive over the head of the second baseman and into right field. It is a 2-out single for Castellanos. And the half inning will continue for the Marlins. Here's the replay.
The batter, the third baseman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Next up is Junior. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 1. Grounder to the shortstop. Over to second, he cuts the check to retire the side. So, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on. At the end of 4 innings of play, it's the Hollywood Avengers 8, the Miami Marlins 2. Leading off the top of the 5th is Idris Elba. There's a right-hander warming in the Marlins bullpen. Idris is 2 for 2, 2 singles, 2 runs scored. Chases a high fastball, strike 1. Ross Stripling is the right-hander warming, getting loose in the bullpen for the Miami Marlins. That's a grounder to the shortstop. Easy play. And there's 1 away. I shouldn't say easy play, routine play for Trey Turner. Next up is Anthony Mackie. He has a triple and 4 RBIs in this ball game. 3-run double and a sac fly. And that looks like it may be a bloop base hit to left, and it is. He is 2 for 2. Big turn at first, but he remains there. It's a 1-out single for Sam Wilson. And the Avengers have a base runner. Tom Holland is up. Spider-Man is 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Quick throw to first. He's back. Holland's hitting .361 on the season. Big lead at first. And it's a grounder through the right side, and it is a base hit. It's a 1-out single, and now there are 2 runners on. And Tom Holland has 3 base hits today. Next up is James Rhodes. Cheadle has an RBI double today. He's 1 for 3. Finds the corner, strike 1. Top of the 5th, runners at first and second, 1 away. It's already a 6-run lead. Change up outside, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outside 2 and 1. Slicing down the right field line, it is a foul ball. Count evens 2 balls and 2 strikes on Cheadle. 1 out in the 5th. That's a line drive, base hit to left. Rounding third and heading home is the runner. The throw to third will be in time for the 2nd out, but the run does score. It's an RBI single for Don Cheadle, and the score is 9-2 Avengers. Decided instead of trying to get him at the plate, they should just get the 2nd out at third. Holland was trying to stretch it from first to third on a single. Not a good decision. Next up is the late, great Chadwick Boseman, 1 for 3 with a single. Pitches low, ball 1. He's hitting .379 on the season. Seems appropriate. Skies it to center. Playable for Oscar Mercado. And the side is retired. So they score another run. After 4.5 innings of play, it's the Avengers 9 and the Miami Marlins 2. Okay, I'm going to pause this for just a second. And consider it to be like a rain delay. I will be right back. If those, hopefully someone doesn't come in and wonder what's going on. I will be back. in a moment. Come back, rain delay. The rain delay is now over. Back on the headset. Okay, here we go. Well, Heidi Watney is our sideline reporter. Unfortunately, there seems to be something wrong with her microphone. So we're going to cut away from her. Something seems to be wrong with my microphone, too. All right, we go to the bottom of the fifth. Mike Yastrzemski hit a solo home run in his first at-bat. It's a 9-2 lead for the Avengers. Fastball in there, strike one. Slicing into the left field corner, one hops over the fence. It is a leadoff ground rule double, number 4 on the season for Yastrzemski. He is 2 for 2, and they have a runner in scoring position here with nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. They were playing him to pull, so Elba had a long way to go in order to try to catch that ball. So the number 9 hitter, Oscar Mercado, grounded out in the third. He's 0 for 1. And that's a deep drive, and that ball will find the track. It will bounce off the wall. The run will score. And it looks like it's going to be a triple for Oscar Mercado, an RBI triple, and the score is now 9-3, Avengers. This was misplayed out there by Idris Elba. An easy triple. So next up is Trey Turner, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 2 today. Runner at third, nobody out still. Outside corner, strike one. Trey's hitting only .223 on the season. Fouls off the changeup. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Grounder to third, looks him back, throws to first, in time, 1 away. Nice play by Chadwick Boseman to keep that runner from coming home. So with 1 out, Howie Kendricks 1 for 2 with the single. Deep fly ball can get that runner in. Outside corner, strike one. Swing and a miss over the top of the changeup. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Kendrick. Fouls it down the left field. Check that, the right field line. Count remains 0-2. Grounds it up the third base line. It is a foul ball, and we will do it again. Strike 3 called high and tight. Kendrick does not like the call. He doesn't get the runner home. That's Hiddleston's 3rd strikeout of the game. This is not a strike, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where that pitch is. That is high and inside. So he took the bat out of his hands. So 2 away. Bryce Harper is 0 for 2. Runner at third. And that ball is high. It is far. It is gone. It's a 2-run home run with 2 outs for Harper, his 15th of the season. And it's a 9-5 ball game. Here's the replay. Just absolutely killed it. Oof. So next up is Matt Muncy. 1 for 2 with a double. Check that, 1 for 2 with a homer. Pitch is in there, strike one. Looked like he slipped on the mound and still threw a strike. Fouls off the slider. Count is 0-2. Deep drive, but will pull it foul. Misses inside with the changeup. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hiddleston's given up 5 runs. Misses outside. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases empty. Bottom of the 5th. It's a 4-run lead for the Avengers. 9-5. That's a deep drive to right center field, to the track. On the warning track, Don Cheadle makes the catch to retire the side. He gave it a ride, but they get 2 more runs. At the end of 5 innings of play, it's an official ball game. Avengers lead 9-5. Go to the top of the 6th. Up steps Chris Evans, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Batting from the left side against Ronaldo Lopez. And that's a deep drive to center, but playable. In front of the warning track, 1 pitch, 1 away.
Now batting, number 12.
Next up is Robert Downey Jr., 1 for 2 with a single. He scored a run. Pitches at the knees, strike 1. Looked low from up here, but that's a line drive. But right there is Bryce Harper, and there are 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th. So with 2 away and bases empty, Mark Ruffalo is 1 for 2 with a single. Steps up to the plate. Pitches outside, ball 1. He does have 10 runs batted in his last 5 games. He's been very productive. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Grounder backhanded by Muncy. Takes it himself. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Ronaldo Lopez. After 5.5, it's a 4-run lead for the Avengers, 9-5. So we go to the bottom of the 6th. Up steps Yadier Molina, who is 0 for 2. Hiddleston is still out there. Outside corner, just misses, ball 1. Pitches at the knees, count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Jams him, first base side in fair territory. Tony makes the catch for out number 1.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
So next up is Nicholas Castellanos, 1 for 2 with a single. Pitch from Loki. Grounded to the third base side, fielded by Black Panther, throws to first, and there are 2 away. Easy play for Chadwick.
Now batting, third baseman.
So 2 down, bases empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is 0 for 2. He popped out, grounded out. Ground ball up the middle and through. It is a 2-out single for Vladimir. And the inning will continue as the Marlins have a base runner. Drove it up the middle. Mike Yastrzemski's 2 for 2, the homer and the double. He has been seeing the ball well. Fastball in there, strike 1. Runner at first, 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss to the slider. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes. Hello, Wicked. Yes, solid lead. It was 9-2 though, so they're getting a little bit closer. But yeah, I'll definitely take it. Fouls off the slider inside. Count quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Yastrzemski. Pulls it foul. And he pulls it high and deep, but foul territory. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. Runner leads off first, 2 away. Misses inside with the slider. Count is 1-2. The Avengers are 31-16. If they win this game, currently they are tied with the LA Dodgers. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate. The inning will continue. If they win this game, they'll be a half a game out in front of the Dodgers for the first time this season. Misses inside. Count evens. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at first. Tom Hiddleston is 6-2 on the season. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and the side is retired. So no runs, 1 hit, 1 left on at the end of 6 innings of play here in this first game of a 3-game set. The Marvel Universe has a 4-run lead. It's 9-5. So we go to the top of the 7th. Up steps Dave Bautista, Drax the Destroyer. 2 for 3, 2 singles and an RBI. He's got that average up to 307 on the season. Fouls it upstairs behind home plate, strike 1. Reynaldo Lopez came in, I believe, in the 3rd inning and hasn't given up a run since, so he's done a really great job holding the Avengers down. But as I say that, it's a bloop base hit to left center field. Big turn at first, but he'll hold. It's a leadoff single for Drax here in the top of the 7th.
Now batting.
Next up is Idris Elba, 2 for 3 himself, 2 singles. Jams him back behind home plate, out of play, strike 1. He singled twice, he scored twice. Runner at first, nobody out. Pitch is low and outside, ball 1. Bautista leads off first. Checks the swing, fastball's outside, 2 balls and 1 strike on Hemedal. And that's a line drive, base hit over the head of the 3rd baseman. And his quick throw to second is not in time. They almost had the force. Bautista had to hold between first and second, not sure if it would be caught by either the 3rd baseman or the shortstop. So, quick throw by the left fielder. All right, they've seen enough. The manager of the Marlins has gone to the bullpen. He wants the righty Ross Stripling, who's 2-1 with a 3.46 earned run average this season. So runners are at first and second, and up steps Anthony Mackie, who is 2 for 2. He has a triple. He has 4 runs batted in. A 3-run double. Oh, let's check that. 3-run triple. And a sacrifice fly equals 4 RBIs. 2 runners on, nobody out here in the 7th. And he yanks it up the first base line, foul ball, strike 1. So far in the season is only 6 weeks old. It's the middle of May, but Mackey's hitting .429 with runners in scoring position. It's pretty impressive. And that average will only go up further as he hits it towards the gap. Runner passes third, heads home. It's going to be an RBI double for Anthony Mackie. That cut the check. That is RBI number 5 today for him, and the score is now 10-5 Avengers. It's just a blooper over the head of the second baseman and into that gap, enough to allow him to make his way over to second base. So 2 runners are in scoring position with 1 away for the leadoff hitter, Tom Holland, who's 3 for 4 himself. Deep drive, nobody out. Will it be deep enough to tag? Mercado makes the catch, he tags. The throw to the plate is up the line. It's an RBI and a sacrifice fly for Tom Holland, and the score is now 11-5.
Now batting, number 10.
So next up is Don Cheadle, who's 2 for 4 with 2 ribbies. 1 out, runner in scoring position at second. It's a 6-run lead again, 11-5 Avengers. And he jams him, hits it the other way to the left fielder, and there's out number 2. No advance on the bases.
Now batting, Number 20.
So next up is Chadwick Boseman, 1 for 4 with a single. He'll need a hit to get that runner home from second. Pitch is low, ball 1. That's a deep drive to center, but playable for Oscar Mercado, and he retires to the side. But they score 2 more runs. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It is time for the 7th inning stretch. The Hollywood Avengers lead by 6. It's 11-5. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Okay, let me stop that. Sorry. So, bottom of the 7th, Oscar Mercado has a triple and an RBI today. He is 1 for 2. Hiddleston is still out there. That's surprising. Late on the fastball, strike 1. I guess they don't want to waste the bullpen. Fair enough. Swing and a miss at the 2-seam fastball, strike 2. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Mercado. Grounder to third. Easy play for Boseman. Throws him out for out number 1.
Number 7.
So up there for his 4th plate appearance is Trey Turner, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 3. Here comes the pitch from Loki. Late on the fastball, strike 1. Oh, line drive caught by Black Panther for out number 2. I want to see a replay on that. Nice reaction play. Line drive and gives up the body, makes the catch over the third base bag for out number 2. Nice play. So with 2 away, up steps Howie Kendrick, who now has a 20-game hitting streak with that single. He's 1 for 3 today. Base is empty. Pitch is outside, ball 1. I have a feeling that this will be Tom Hiddleston's outside count. It's 2 balls and no strikes. This will be his last inning. They'll have a reliever come in for the 8th. That's a hard line drive to center. It is a 2-out single for Howie Kendrick, and he has 2 hits today. The inning will continue for the Marlins. Let's look at this. It just absolutely kills it. Got that up into a wind stream and be gone. So let's go to the manager's office and the bullpen. I'm going to warm up Sam Jackson and Ed Norton. Hard line drive out of play from Bryce Harper, and there's strike 1. And that's a deep drive towards the right field corner, and will be in there. 1 hop to the wall. Rounding first and heading to second, he will be in there. It is a 2-out double for Bryce Harper, and there'll be runners at second and third with 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. They are challenging with 2 outs. Really no chance for Drax out there in right field. So next up is Max Muncy, manager. We'll go to the mound first. And then he's going to go to the bullpen. And he's going to bring in Sam Jackson. Now, Sam Jackson started the season as a starter. His record was 2-4 with a 4.10 ERA. He got injured, and now they're thinking of making a change. They're going to let him pitch out of the bullpen for a little while, see how it feels to him. So this is his first relief appearance of the season. And Muncy slices it out of play for strike 1. Muncy's 1 for 3 with a solo homer in the 2nd inning. Just gets a piece of the 2-seam fastball. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Muncy. And that's a line drive base hit. 1 run will score. 2nd run is coming home. He will score. It's a 2-run, 2-out single from Max Muncy with 2 strikes. And the score is now 11-7 MCU. It's again a 4-run lead for the Avengers. That's a clutch hit from Max. right between the third baseman and the shortstop into left field. So next up is Yadier Molina, 0 for 3 with a pop out. Grounder too short, shovels it to second for the force, and the side is retired. So after 7 innings of play, they do pick up 2 runs, but the Avengers still lead 11-7. Before Chris Evans gets up to the plate, I want to check the bullpen and righty, lefty. So you know what? Let's go Ed Norton. It's scheduled to put Ed Norton in the game. And let's warm up Paul Bettany, just in case. Let's hope that we don't need him. Nice inning. Thank you, Wicked. Pitch is outside, ball 1. Attendance 13,411. That is a miserable attendance, but then again, it is Miami. Pitch is high, but called a strike by the home plate umpire. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike to Steve Rogers. That's a ground ball, base hit through the box. So it's a single to lead off the top of the 8th for the Avengers. Here's the replay.
Number 12.
Next up is Tony Stark, 1 for 3 with a single. Slices it out of play for strike 1. Evans leads off first. Nobody out here in the 8th. Grounds it to the third baseman, over to second for 1, back to first. It's a round the horn double play. 2 away, and the bases are now empty. 5-4-3.
Number 84.
So it's Vladimir Guerrero. They're really going to follow him down the line. Vlad Guerrero Jr. over to Howie Kendrick to Max Muncy. So with 2 outs, bases empty, up steps Mark Ruffalo's 1 for 3 with a single. 4-run lead for the Avengers. That ball hit off the end of the bat. Easy play for the left fielder to retire the side. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's a 4-run lead for the Avengers. They lead 11-7. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In relief comes the first man in the Marvel Universe to play the Incredible Hulk. Back in 2009, I believe, 2008. I don't remember exactly. Ed Norton. He has 0-1 record with a 4.13 earned run average, and he will face Nicholas Castellanos, who's 1 for 3 with a single.
The designated hitter.
High strike, but called a strike nonetheless by the home plate umpire. Count is 0-1. Strike zone's been all over the place tonight. For instance, that looked like more of a strike to me, and yet it was called a ball. The count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Deep drive, but foul. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes on Castellanos. Chases the slider, strikes him out swinging, and there's 1 away here in the bottom of the 8th.
Now batting.
Nasty breaking ball out of the zone.
Guerrero Jr.
So next up is Vlad Guerrero Jr. 1 for 3 with a single in the 6th. Misses inside with a sinking fastball, ball 1. And that's a line drive out of play. Count evens, 1 ball and 1 strike. Swing and a miss out in front of the slurve. 1 ball, 2 strikes. High and tight, count evens at 2-2. Misses low, count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, bases empty, 1 away. It's a 4-run lead. And he misses. You can't walk people with a 4-run lead in the 8th. You got to just throw strikes. That'll give Ajita to your manager. So runner at first with a free pass. Up steps Mike Yastrzemski, who's 2 for 3 with a homer today. Misses outside with the sinker. Ball 1. And you know what? We're going to go out and make a mound visit. Bullpen. We're going to warm up Paul Rudd. Sinking fastball in there, strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Yastrzemski. Tries to hit the inside slider and misses. Count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. Chases a high fastball, triple digits on the radar gun. Strikes him out swinging, and there are 2 away. Just blows it past him. Next up is Oscar Mercado. A triple and an RBI today. He's 1 for 3. Runner at first, 2 down. Checked his swing. Pitch was outside, ball 1. That's a deep drive to left. Back goes Elba to the track. Me makes the catch to retire the side. So we go to the 9th inning. Top of the 9th. The Avengers lead 11-7. In relief here in the top of the 9th is Dellin Betances, making his 27th appearance out of the bullpen for the Marlins. His record is 1-0. He has a save. His ERA is 6.67. Ooh, what a terrible ERA. Leading off here in the top of the 9th is Dave Bautista, who's 3 for 4 with an RBI and 3 runs scored. He has been active on the bases. Late on the fastball, 98 on the radar gun. Fouls it off, strike 1. Did he check it?
What do you got?
No, he did not. Called it a strike. First place umpire. Count is 0-2 on Bautista. You went too far, he says. Struck him out swinging with the high fastball. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Drax. That's the first strikeout of the game for Betances.
Now batting, number 63.
Just couldn't catch up to it. So the next up is Idris Elba. 2 right-handers warming in the bullpen for the Marlins. He skies it to right field. Easy play for Bryce Harper. 2 quick outs. Before number 9 steps up to the plate, bullpen, right, left. Paul Rudd is going to, I'm going to schedule to put him in the game. I'm going to sit down Paul Bettany, and I'm going to warm up Jeremy Renner just in case things get out of control. So, Anthony Mackie's 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs today. Pitch is outside, ball 1. John Brebbia and Joseph Shaw, 2 right-handers warming, getting loose in the Miami bullpen. Chases a fastball down and in. Count is 1-1. Outside, 2-1. Backdoor slider. Count evens, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 9th, bases empty, 4-run lead for the MCU. Grounds it, foul. Wish I could change these away uniforms. They are just ghastly. They look like big bananas. Yanks it, but pulls it out of play. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Marvel's bananas. Anyway, I digress. Backs him off the plate. Count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Mackie. Pitches outside, ball 4, walks him. It's just one of those deals where when you create the franchise, they allow you to make the outfits, but you can't tweak them during the regular season. So the only way I'd be able to change them is to simulate the entire season and then change them and then start the season over again. So I'm stuck with the banana outfits for the road yellows. So 2-out walk for Anthony Mackie. Up steps Tom Holland, who's 3 for 4 himself. He's going. Pitches a ball down, throw down to second is not in time. It's a stolen base for Mackie. So he's got 3 hits, 5 RBIs, and a stolen base. So he's in scoring position with 2 outs for Holland. 1-0 count on Spider-Man. And that ball goes up the middle and through, rounding third and heading home is Mackie. It is an RBI single with 2 outs for Spider-Man, and just like that, it is a 5-run ball game as the MCU now takes a 12-7 lead. So the stolen base by Anthony Mackie makes that RBI possible. Hey, listen, gotta scratch out every run you can get. So next up is War Machine, Don Cheadle, 2 for 5. Pitches outside, ball 1. Chases a high fastball, count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on James Rhodes. Rhodey. Inside and high, count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Spider-Man leads off first. Chases the 99-mile-an-hour fastball. Just blew it by him, 2-2. Quick throw to first. Tom is back. Late on the fastball, skies it to left. There is the fielder to retire the side, so they get a run. We now go to the bottom of the 9th. Last licks for the hometown Miami Marlins. They need 5 runs to tie. The score's 12-7, Avengers. Do you want to change pitchers? Yes, I do. In relief comes Paul Rudd, making his 17th appearance. He's 1-0 with a 4.67 earned run average. Warming in the bullpen for the Avengers is the closer, Jeremy Renner. I guess he'll come in if necessary. Leading off is Trey Turner, who's 0 for 4. Pulls it foul for strike 1. Grounder to third baseman. Long throw, in time. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th.
Now back, second baseman.
Next up is Howie Kendrick, 2 for 4, 2 singles and a run scored. Again, he came in with a 19-game hitting streak. He leaves with a 20-game hitting streak. It's pretty impressive. Fouls it off for strike 1. Swings and misses over the top of the changeup. Count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes on Kendrick. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 9th. The Marlins are down to their last out of the game. Ant-Man throwing disappearing fastballs. Ant-Man shrinking fastballs, whatever, forget it. Not worth it. So, representing the final out of the ball game is Bryce Harper, 2 for 4 with a homer. Outside corner, strike 1.
0-1's the count.
That ball is high. It is far, but it is playable. Bautista makes the catch to retire the side. Ball game over. Avengers win 12-7. So Hiddleston Loki gets the win, and it's his 7th win of the season. The team is now 32-16, and for the first time this season, they are in first place in the National League West, a half a game ahead of the Los Angeles Dodgers. Thank you very much, Wicked. I appreciate it. Here's the final scoreboard. 12 runs, 20 hits, no errors for the Avengers. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for the Miami Marlins. Hiddleston gets the winner. It's his 7th. Julio Arias, it's the loser. And Anthony Mackie, Sam Wilson. People need to see the Disney Plus TV show Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I'm afraid that I'm going to spoil it. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut for another couple more weeks before I start calling him by his real name. Right now, I'll just call him Sam Wilson. He was 3 for 3 with 5 RBIs and he even had a stolen base. He is your player of the game. And this has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball, game number 48 out of what I hope to be 162 games of a regular season. No skipped innings, no simulated games. I plan to play them all on YouTube. For reasons unknown, I enjoy it. What can I tell you? Those of you that want me to go out and buy the new game for PlayStation 5, I like this game. I'm not interested in, if I like it, I like it. So, the final. Here at Miami Stadium, the Hollywood Avengers win 12-7. Thank you so much for watching, especially Wicked Quixotic. Loyal fan, thank you so much. Have yourself an absolutely great night, and I will see you again soon.